Hello there, it's Peter Markus from Inside Out Literary Arts, and I want to share a poem with you today from one of my favorite poets out there. His name is Robert Fanning, and it's from his book, Our Sudden Museum. The poem is called Refuge, and you're going to hear that word refuge in the phrase take refuge frequently in this poem. It's a sort of a recurring device that the poet uses to drive this poem. And as I read this poem, I just want you to sort of sit back, close your eyes even, and just try to see all the things that the speaker in this poem is inviting us to see. And through him, maybe we can also take refuge in some of these things. Before I read the poem, let's just talk a little bit about what the word refuge means, or what might be a substitute or a synonymous word for refuge. And in that case, you might throw into the mixing bowl a word like shelter or comfort or even joy or peace. So take joy, take refuge, seek shelter in all of these things. And what you might notice is that some of these things might actually not be obviously beautiful things, but there might be beauty in the fact that they are simply here with us in the world. So let me just read this poem, Refuge by Robert Fanning. Take refuge in the barren field, snow-draped and fallow, in a Ferris wheel, thick fog. Take refuge in the empty subway, urine dank and midnight, in the shadowed figure, the hallway light, in the one who might take you far away, in satellite dishes tipped toward stars, in the mind's electric wiring. Take refuge in the life you extinguish, the child you hold. Through windows of a crowded train, a sky you've forsaken, the sea blue allure of a wall, the stairway down. In fear's mosquito hum, the abandoned evening. Take refuge in a coastal breeze, in the blood-red flag of the heart that won't let go. In the faded slogan on a derelict billboard, a streetlight blinking in a dead city. In the bitter winter river, the one you can't forget. In the dizzy green toy of your childhood. In long-awaited rain. In the oasis of a full bowl of milk. Take refuge behind the scarlet wall, your back against a cool dam. In sprawling tenements, the rare jewels of light. In lying upon the dirt. In your dome of sticks, your well-wrapped grief. In your luxury fortress, your ravaged country. In the storm bearing down, take refuge. In your scattered family, in hunger, in seduction's long silk dusk. In the simple bread of friendship, the cathedral of your regret. Take refuge in the moment before rising, the tilt-a-whirl of fleeting bliss. In respite from thirst, the lifted tide, the broken road that once led home. In the swaying garment, the heaven of what may bathe or drown you. Take refuge in a crack in your government's fallen pillar, in a brick shack beaten by heat, in the flagrant red tapestry of fire. In the dress you've borrowed for the dance, the home you built together. In the stained wallpaper, the falling cup of a secret. Take refuge in the ancient house of war, in the broken bus, the cacophony of strangers talking. In letting someone drink of your life, take refuge. In the eyes of the child who can't bear your going. In chasing what you know you'll never reach. In your home at the end of the long blue earth. So after hearing that poem, what I want you to think about are what are some things that you might actually find comfort in around you, in your world, in your neighborhood. What might you seek comfort from, find joy in, take refuge in? I look forward to hearing what you might discover are the things that bring you joy and offer you shelter, comfort, peace, and refuge.